Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I got another Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel review for you. These are the latest 5-inch action figures from Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. We have the 3 Lionfire Armor Rangers for red, blue, and gold, as well as Galvanax. So we have some cool stuff. I'm definitely excited to see what these figures are like. I know obviously the Lionfire Red Ranger we've seen. I don't know if the Blue or Gold Ranger ever gets Lionfire armor in the TV show or not, or if it's just for the toys. So I'm not sure about that. But we have those. And then Galvanax, of course, was the main villain, defeated in Ninja Steel. Will he return in Super Ninja Steel? We don't know yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But here they are. So let's take a quick look at the packaging. So the packaging is similar to the other Super Ninja Steel toys as well. By the way, in this line, or in this wave that I found these figures, they had the regular Gold Ranger as well. I know the regular Gold Ranger was really hard to find for a lot of people. I had to order out on Amazon, but in case you're looking for them, he should pop back up in store soon, hopefully. So the packaging is kind of cool because it shows you all the contents. Like there's the actual figure and then the weapon included right there. There's your Super Ninja Steel logo, which is a little odd still because it's not, the Power Ranger Super Ninja Steel together. It's just odd on its own, but whatever. Cool little image of Galvanax right there. And then the back of the box, that's pretty cool. Collect Rangers and villains to battle. And so they're showing like the Red Ranger like slicing off the head of Galvanax kind of. So I like that they actually did that special little picture there. Other Megamorph vehicles, other figures as well. So far all of these have been released except for this guy in the end right there, this other villain. So we'll have to wait and see for that one. But there's that. So then next we have the Lionfire Armor Blue Ranger. So there's the weapon and the sword. You can pilot the Megazord with any of the Ranger figures as well. I'm not going to show that because there's nothing to show. You just sit in the Megazord. Big whoop. it's nothing big. There's the blue lightning bolt and the thing right there, and then just a generic image to show that it fits into the Megazord. The red and gold should be the same on the back of the box. Yep, back of the box is the same. And then the front is basically, you have your lightning bolt with the appropriate Ranger right there. I dig the whole style of the packaging. I think it looks really slick and really cool looking, so that's pretty neat. But anyways, we're here to look at the figures, so without further ado, let's get these open and take a look. Alright, so I got the figures out of the packaging. Here they are. Real quick before I show you the details, I did want to clarify. I did actually look something up because I thought I saw something, but I wanted to confirm first. So yes, the other ones, the Lionfire Gold and Blue at least, maybe other ones too, are in the show, at least the Japanese version. So hopefully they'll adapt that into Super Ninja Steel. So all these modes are actually from the show. However, the toys are not very accurate in terms of the paint. So you see how the red has silver down here? All of the modes apparently should have silver, but they decided to change it up and give blue, some blue right there, and gold, some gold, basically. So, I mean, I guess I get why they did that, to make it look a little more different and unique and stuff, but I always prefer show accuracy, so keep that in mind. If you are looking for something show accurate, these other figures, the paint are not show accurate. And in addition to that, you see how the Red Ranger's little ninja star right there is red, right? It's a black background and it's a red power star. Well, look at blue and gold. Blue and gold have a blue background with black power star and gold background with black power star. So they reverse the colors, because in the TV show it's actually black backgrounds for all of them, and then the power star is the color of that Ranger. So this should be a blue power star with a black background, and that should be a gold power star with a black background. So they reverse the colors for some reason. I don't know why. Now that's kind of an odd decision, in my opinion, for them to reverse the colors like that. I kind of get why they would have done that for the silver down here, just to make it stand out a little, but even still, you know what I mean? It's still a little odd. So I don't know. But I just wanted to kind of mention that, just so you are aware. So let's get to Galvanax first, actually, since he's the villain here. And he looks pretty interesting. Again, with the villain figures, generally speaking, you're going to get ones that have a decent amount of detail. However, they're going to be lacking in some paint and articulation. And this figure actually isn't too bad in the articulation department. But yeah, he's got a pretty cool looking little sword right here. This giant staff, spear, sword thingy, whatever you want to call it, basically. So it's an interesting look, I think. And so it definitely, you know, it's pretty cool. So in terms of the actual detail, let's get an up-close look at the figure itself. The one thing about him is I feel like the face looks a little weird, and I think it's the mouth. His mouth is just open, and he just like looks like he's perpetually just going ah, just forever, just ah. That's like the sound that I just imagine him making constantly because his mouth is just open in that fashion. I don't know. It just looks a little odd to me. But that being said, some interesting amount of detail there, as you can see. They really sculpted in a whole bunch of bits of detail there. So, you know, it's interesting. I was never a huge fan of Galvanax's design in general. It just looks very clunky and kind of generic looking to me. Like it just never really stood out as anything that special. And this figure, obviously, since it doesn't have the full paint and stuff, you know, just kind of exaggerates that a bit. But that's just me personally. It does have a decent amount of sculpted detail, though. The villain figures, they usually do a pretty good job of really getting in some of the detail there. Even if the paint's not there, you at least have the detail, so you could paint it yourself, you know, if you wanted to. But so yeah, so really intricate detail there for what it is. So articulation wise, then let's take the this out of his hand for now. Okay, and so basically the head rotates all the way around. These little shoulder pieces do come off if you wanted them to, so you know, just in case you're curious, you know, you can do that. And so basically they just kind of like sort of clip on. There's a tiny little click. So these pieces, when they're on, because they're kind of on that ball joint, they can rotate theoretically all the way around. It's just the giant horns there kind of get in the way. But the arm does rotate all the way around, but again, you just have to keep an eye on the shoulder piece, because depending on how you turn it, it can hit something and pop off. But it has that. And then it bends at the elbow. And then the hand does not rotate, the arms don't move outwards at all, it's just rotates around. Then in terms of the legs, they move forward and back a teeny bit, but not really much, because this piece sort of inhibits movement there. And his legs can move apart a little bit more, but again, it's going to get stopped because of that at some point. He does bend at the knees also, and there's no rotation at all. So that is the articulation. It's pretty decent. You know, it's better than some of the other figures. You're not really going to be able to get too many poses with it because the legs don't really have too much movement, really. So there's not much going on there, but the arms, you get a decent amount of options there, so you know, I guess that's nice. So there it is. I'm glad to finally have Galvanax, because he was the main villain of Ninja Steel, so you know, it's good to have a figure of the main villain versus all of these random monster of the days, you know. Hopefully we get Madam Odius and the others soon. I know they're planning on it, but we'll see what happens. So that's Galvanax. So now on to the Lionfire Rangers. So the weapon itself is the same one that came with the previous 5-inch regular Ninja Steel Rangers. It's their Ninja Power Star blade, or whatever it's called. The only difference is it does have like this plastic tab like sticking out the back. I don't know how well I can really even show that. Yeah, like that. And so in comparison, right, so there's the front, and I have the other one from before. There it is. So looks the same. But when you flip it over, the new one's got this like plastic tab sticking out the back. I don't know if they like forgot to like remove it or something, but it looks molded into the sword. And it's a little odd. Both of the blades have it, and actually the guitar. I'll just take the guitar out right now and show you from the Gold Ranger. Has the same plastic tab on the back too. And the regular, you know, version of the guitar that I have, that I just dropped, and I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Okay. you know, here's the regular version. You flip it over, there's no extra plastic tab. So I don't know, you know, what the deal is with that, but I don't know. Just a random little thought that I wanted to mention. So, articulation-wise, actually, let's take a look at the detail first. So, here's the Lion Fire Red Ranger, and I believe, and this is just off of my own memory, that the paint is pretty accurate on this figure, except it's missing some paint. But they didn't, like, wrongfully paint it as like they did with the blue and gold Rangers. At least, you know, not in the main areas. The main areas, I think, are pretty faithful. Like the silver here, the chest piece, the helmet. I think, you know, it's accurate, just missing paint, basically. So, oh, you know what? I totally just realized that. I don't know why I didn't even realize that before. That's why there's the plastic tab right there. So the sword can actually go in the back. I did not even see that. So that's actually kind of interesting. That's kind of cool, actually. I really like that. I was like, there has to be a reason for it, and I just didn't turn around the figure until just now to see what it was. Oh, well, duh. Okay, that answers my question. Also, it's interesting that there is a something molded into the back right there, like a peg to something. However, the other like 5-inch figures that I have that I'm looking at, like they don't have that in the back. There's nothing else that I can think of that it connects to. So maybe they'll release something in the future for these 5-inch figures to connect to. Maybe the Lionfire Fortress sword, like if you put the Ranger in there, it connects to it. I don't know. It's the Lionfire Armor Ranger, so maybe. I didn't get the Fortress sword, so I don't know. But anyways. So, yeah. So again, there's the helmet and stuff there. Looks pretty interesting. I think this design is kind of neat. I like it better than the regular just Ninja Steel design. But, yeah. So, articulation-wise, the head rotates, but then the little piece around the sides here kind of prevent it from fully rotating all the way around. The shoulder pieces do move up and down, so that if you are rotating the arm, it can go past it from the shoulder piece. And the arms do rotate all the way around. They do move up and down as well, so you have a lot of flexibility there. He does bend at the elbow, and the hand does rotate. So there's that. Also, there's the Lionfire morpher on the side right there. So, kind of neat. Then with the legs, so he can do the splits. The legs can go forward and back a little bit, just out to the side. Bends at the knees, and that is it. There's no rotation of the foot or leg. So, pretty decent articulation for what it is. And yeah. So let's attach that to the back. That actually looks pretty neat. I kind of dig that, actually, having the sword on the back there. All right, so on to the Lionfire Armor Blue Ranger. So here it is. Again, I'm not going to take a look at the articulation because it's the same on all the figures, but the detail of it, I want to show you up close. So it's basically like they took the Ninja Steel helmet and stuck the same piece on top, as you can see. The chest piece, though, being reversed, as I mentioned, so that's kind of odd, but there it is, your Lionfire morpher, and then they put blue down here instead of silver. From the back, it actually looks like you couldn't even tell exactly which Ranger it is from the back. It's the exact same, just the front is where you'll see some of the differences. So, interesting. And of course, there you have that. All right, so then on to the Gold Ranger right here. So the Gold Ranger is a little bit different because he does have blue around the sides instead of black. I think in the actual show, I want to say the legs are black with silver right here, and then the arms are still blue. So I think that part's accurate. But yeah. So let's take this out and let's show you the details up close. So there's the helmet, the chest piece with the reversed paint. I do like the gold paint that they use on this figure. It actually is gold, unlike the Legacy Zeo Gold Ranger. So the gold is nice. It's just wrongfully there. They should just take this gold out and put it on the Legacy Zeo Gold Ranger, because, yeah. Now this one, obviously, you're going to be able to tell which one it is from the back because of the blue arms and stuff, but, yeah. And because this pegs into the back, I can show you that now. And, ta-da, there you have that. So, that's actually kind of cool. Kind of makes me now wish that they did that for the other, Rangers in the past. Oh, I actually wonder, I should have done this. I actually saw the Gold Ranger being re-released in the new packaging. I wonder if they actually have the new peg in the back now. I didn't even think about that. Because I actually I actually bought the Gold Ranger in the Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel packaging. In my last review, I opened it up in the Ninja Steel packaging. I actually have the Gold Ranger right now in the Super Ninja Steel packaging, but I'm saving it for a future giveaway when I hit 100,000 subscribers. So I should have opened that one, but oh well. I guess whoever wins it will have to find out if they did update the old figures to have the peg in the back as well. I don't know. Or maybe it's just these Armor Rangers. Who knows? But there you have that. So that's it, guys. I mean, that's my review of these Lionfire Rangers. I think if you're a fan of these designs, I would definitely check them out. Obviously, the paint is going to be a bit of an issue. I personally do really like the Red Ranger the most because I like the silver and everything with it. I think it looks kind of cool, and I do like having the black background with the Power Star being the color. I don't know. It looks better to me personally. And of course, Galvanax is the main villain of Ninja Steel, so if you're collecting any of the villain figures, you gotta have Galvanax, So there you have it. They're pretty cool figures, and just continuing the 5-inch line. So as more of the 5-inch figures release, I'll continue to get them and review them. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it if you did. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Hope you enjoyed the video of the latest 5-inch figures from Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. Check this out. It's actually kind of cool to see the villain figures that you can get now. Now that we have Galvanax, he can lead this little army of villains. I do like the fact that in the last couple of years, we have had the return of the villain figures. They're not always the greatest in terms of articulation or paint or so on, but it's still so fun just to have all of these. Like, you have this army of villains and an army of Rangers. Like, it's cool. It adds more playability, and I like that diversity to the lineup. So these are the villains that I have for Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel so far, with the addition of the pink Ripcon as well, but since it's just a repaint, I didn't throw that in this picture. But yeah, so that's pretty neat. I know we're supposed to get Madam Odius and some other ones that were scheduled, so hopefully they still release and they didn't just skip them, especially since Madam Odius is still alive as of now, so we'll have to see what happens. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.